Hey guys, so today was a bit of a rough day trading, just overall super low volume. We only hitting about, let's see, we're at 60 mil right now after hours, and we had a total range of $3.19 today. Extremely low day of movement and volume. So the question everybody should be asking themselves is tomorrow gonna be Jackson Hole, or is it gonna be the Wall Street Journal interview? And why do I ask that? Because as you can see, we have two extremely similar patterns. This is the lead up to the Jackson Hole speech. As you can see, we had a really nice bull channel going there. Jay Powell dropped the hammer on the market, and you see what happened. Then we rallied into CPI. Very similar thing here from October. Real nice bull channel here. And then Jay Powell spoke at the Wall Street Journal interview. He purposefully or accidentally went a little bit more bullish or dovish than he should have. And we had a really nice 3% day right here. And back here, if you didn't remember, was a negative 3.38% day. So the question remains, with him speaking tomorrow, is it going to be a 3% up or a 3% down day? Let's find out. So overall, I would say that the market still has not digested what Jay Powell has said. They are still not believing that things are bad. They're not believing that Jay Powell is going to continue to do rate hikes. They're not believing that we're not going to rate cut. They're not believing anything. They're not believing even these bad earnings in the top, all of the top tech pretty much hit. So the question is, can Jay Powell even say something bearish enough tomorrow to get the markets to sell off? It's debatable. I think if he words it correctly, the markets will listen now that we are far enough out from actual FOMC, but we'll just see what happens. So if we ignore that Jay Powell is speaking tomorrow, which we know can trump the technicals, I would have opened longer DTE calls here. I probably would have got some 14 to 30 DTE calls, and I would be looking to ride those to at least 420, if not 430. As you can see right here, we have a nice breakdown. We bounced on the daily AEMA. This has happened 2 other times now on this support line that we're still within. That's about a 5 to 6 week long channel here. And then we are looking to bounce up. However, with Jay Powell speaking tomorrow, markets could get a little skittish and we could see a sell-off in the morning, or we could rally hard into him and then he could reverse us down. So I don't like taking a long position when there's some sort of big event like either FOMC or Jay Powell speaking randomly or CPI or sometimes like big earnings, like big tech earnings. I wish I would have played, but I thought I should have played, even though because I thought tech was going to take us down, but it sure didn't. So what I'm trying to say is that this very well could, with this doji right here, be a morning doji star pattern forming, and we very well could look to come back up here into the middle 410s, really, into about 415 area. However, if we were to lose 405.3 to 406.4 support tomorrow, that would be extremely bearish, and I would start looking for a retest down here of 390 to 400, honestly. So those are my 2 big levels I want to watch for tomorrow, honestly, is these levels right here. So this is that 409.2. If we break 409.2, we have broken the bull channel, and that should, regardless of what Jay Powell says, start some downside momentum on SPY. If we break through 414, then realistically, if Jay Powell doesn't drop us, that is telling us that we broke out of this breakout triangle here, and we should look for 419.5, maybe even a massive rally to 430 before CPI hits us next Tuesday. Taking a look at futures here, very similar pattern. We got our nice blue bull channel here with our nice breakout. Our key levels for tonight is all the way down here at 40.75 and all the way up here at 41.62, really. So overall, I would say that it is a reversal pattern and we should see it pop up here. However, there is a case to be made here that we held this 4134 resistance very well, and we have 4120 here as support. If we were to break under 4120, we could see a flush tonight down to this 4085, 4095 area support level. This is similar to that 405 to 406 on SPY. Because of the way that futures moves, it doesn't correlate perfectly, but this would be a big support area to watch. So we'll be interested to see. Realistically, bulls need to take back 4134. If they can do that and break through 4145, then I do feel pretty confident we'll take out that 4162. And then we start targeting this 4200 to 4300 range for pre-CPI next week. Take a look at Tesla here. So Tesla it's like that meme stock that just can't quite meme fully, but is trying to meme, but just doesn't know it should or shouldn't. So we are in a really massive rising wedge. This dates back to pretty much the first trading days of January down here. We have touched this resistance line 3 different times now, and we have touched support, which dates obviously back the same thing 3 different times right here too. So we did, as you can see here, barely, but we did it, break through this rising wedge support. Breaking through that support should signal that this pattern is broken and we should look for downside. Generally speaking, a rising wedge of this size does see a pretty significant drop. However, as you see, we did come down and we held Friday's support was resistance, now support at 190.1. So that's a major support area that we did hold. However, you can see here, this is now the 3rd day in a row that we have rejected 197.1, and you can see the significance of this resistance level that dates all the way back here to this November peak. Failure to get through this level keeps me bearish and tells me that the top is very much so near on Tesla. I would suspect Tesla to come down and test the 100 EMA, 184 area here, lose that, and then we start talking about the bigger drop down here. However, if it can come down and just tap the 100 EMA here and then push back over this 197, it very well could if SPY also and market Y continues up. The very interesting thing today is that Tesla was the lone green top 10 tech. So Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, even Meta and Nvidia all closed red today. Tesla, though, closed up 2.52%. For quite a while there, Meta was green and so was Nvidia, but for the most part, it's the only green. So I will be looking to see if that does send us down tomorrow. Another big thing to think about here is the fact that the dollar index was up again today. The 10-year was up major again today, and VIX was up major again today. Looking at the VIX here, so I've mentioned this before, that pretty much anytime the VIX and SPY have an inverse pattern, so SPY has that morning doji star pattern, and then kind of like you see here, and the VIX has the evening doji star pattern, it is a very, very high probable play to take that play that they both agree on. So that would be calls leading into tomorrow, or longer DTE calls. However, we all know that markets will and can react negatively or differently to speakers and things like that. So overall, what I'm watching is that we're in this rising wedge. I'm zooming out here. You can see how far it dates back to October, pretty much the bottom of SPY. If we break through this resistance here, we very well could be seeing the bottom of the VIX and the top of the market be put in, and we could see a move up here. We would like to see the VIX close back over 19.7 and make this support and start pushing really into the 20s. And then it's going to be pretty convincing that the bottom of the VIX is in and the top of the market is in. This would, in congruence, if we break hard out of this falling wedge, and J. Powell could do that tomorrow, would go well with this pattern that I'm telling you that we're seeing the top when we get to over 409. And that's another major reason this 409 support was so big today is on the daily. This 409 level, this 408.9, is a massive level that basically shows us if we're going to come back down here to 390, or if we're going to try to do the extreme to 427.5. So tomorrow will be a big day. I'm excited to see what JPOW has to say, and I'm actually interested to see what the market's going to react. Last little piece of the puzzle here is Bitcoin. As you can see here, it has peaked. It is double topped off of double top really off of 23.760 here, and now we are holding the daily AEMA as resistance. This will be our first full candle under the daily AEMA, gosh, since back here in January, the 1st of January, where we started this rally pretty much. So that could also be signaling some downside here. So I'll be watching this closely too. All right, hope you guys had a good day trading today, and I will see you guys tomorrow and see what JPOW has to say. Thanks for tuning in for this video. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, and like to stay updated. Drop a comment if you have any questions. This is the permanent Discord link. Sometimes that does not work for whatever reason. Just go ahead and drop a comment, send me a message, and I will get you an updated link so you can get to the Discord. Some of the advantages of the Discord is I do a pre-market update with key support and resistance levels every day. And also throughout the day, I do live intraday commentary on SPY and the general market. And I also do live intraday buy and sell alerts. You can follow me on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok as SPY Optionaire, and on Reddit as Daddy Dersh.